Someone go first.
Because the internet.
Because of the internet.
Damn.
Wow. That was fast. Okay, so I already know where this is going.
From Mr. Broke Productions, in an association with Maximillionaire and Vice City Kingpin, present to you Life on Easy Mode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Life on Easy Mode podcast. We are here once again with the boys. We got some topics to talk about. Not a slow week. First busy week in a long, long time. And, Gian has become a turtle. Now, before we start with any of these topics we want to talk about, I believe someone has a little story they want to tell.
I went to go see DJ Khaled.
In concert, live
In
performance.
concert.
He dressed up as him, too.
How was American Teen?
Well, I mean, there was a lot more adolescents there than teens, so I mean,
you know, they're going to learn what it's like through him, right?
I meant the song.
No, it's a feel. It's not a...
I went to see Harry Styles.
You did more than
Thursday.
that. You did way more than that. You went to go see him, and you went to go feel him. You went to go be him.
Cosplay as him.
Cosplay
And
as
when
him.
I tell you this outfit, so I was actually driving there, so I had my regular outfit. I actually had, this was the green, jacket, my striped brown and white shirt, and I was like, all right, this is a fit. But I had it just in case, and I park in the garage. I'm like an hour and a half, 2 hours early because I don't care. And I'm waiting for some people. But I see everyone dressed up to the fucking nines with fucking boa, mostly girls. Boas, fucking. The ones I'm gonna talk about are over 18, so the ones with the bralettes in their outfits, and I'm like. Shit.
And you can confirm
and
they're
I'm
18?
like, yes. You can tell because they had Trulies in their hands. So they bought.
They do.
They bought alcohol at the.
I'm sorry, the what?
Wait,
the
wait,
butt
wait.
checker?
We're keeping that in. Do you want to tell us something?
It's an ad.
Yeah, sure.
Ad for what?
Sure.
I don't know. Jeans.
The butt checker?
The butt.
Anyways,
Interesting.
So, no, because they ordered alcohol. Anyways, I'm like, fuck it. We're switching outfits. This stadium holds about 20,000 people. Plus Mohegan Sun, you have probably about a few more hundred to maybe 1,000 people. So a good amount of people there. I cannot exaggerate this enough. Everyone stopped, either said, awesome outfit, you're hot, oh my god, I thought you were Harry, can I take a picture? And I'm like, I just became a celebrity overnight.
Yeah, tell the people what the outfit looked like.
So it's his fine line cover. It's his outfit. It's the pink fluorescent shirt with the wide white pants with the suspenders.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought. Never mind. You know what? Never mind. Keep going.
What?
No. Keep going.
Okay, just keep going. Keep going.
Anyways, so I wore that, and I was like, this is weird. At the end of the night, I was like, best decision of my life. I mean, I always you guys know I always like to be very more outgoing with dressing up, so I think this has seen my keen eye with, I'm like, you know what? Maybe Harry Styles is onto something, Because
In case you haven't noticed, he really likes Harry Styles.
Yes, but
so.
I didn't even think I would get that reaction. Like I was amazed. I think I was FaceTiming you, and both of you even saw interactions when I was going around. So
For me, it was guys, because he was in the men's bathroom.
yeah.
Some guy was
No,
like,
no.
I love your costume.
no, because I was
Bruh.
like, you wouldn't think that no guy would be in the bathroom. This gay guy walks in, no problem with him. He goes, love the outfit. And I go, thanks. But he goes into the one stall that I was in when there's 10 different stalls. My Truly is still in the stall because I went to go FaceTime him. And I go, oh, can you hand me my Truly before you go into that stall when there's tens of other stalls? And I'm like, bro.
Truly complicated times.
The concert was awesome. It went on really long. It was an hour. He went on for an hour and 45 minutes, almost 2 hours. So I thought that was really fucking good.
That's not including the show before him.
No. So there was this woman, Jenny Lewis. She has I don't know her, but she went on for 30 minutes. She was at 8 o'clock. So 8:30, she stopped, and he went on right before 9. So it ended around 10:40. I remember walking out 10:45.
Nice.
So the garage was utterly terrible. I stood in line for 30 minutes in my car waiting to get out. But afterwards, I remember coming out, I had to go get my bag because you can't bring in a string bag. So they had a number on my phone, and then a ticket number, and they put the same ticket number on my bag. So I went to go grab it. But the way I had to go in, all these flurrying people are fucking coming out of the fucking thing. So I'm like, oh my God. The security guy pulled me aside and he goes, stop, you can't go in there. I go, I'm trying to get my bag. And he doesn't speak English one bit. So he goes, no comprende. It stays. And I go,
What?
what? I'm trying to get my bag. Then again, hundreds of girls and, some of their parents are fucking coming out. So I'm waiting there. Finally, time for me to go and get my bag. And the 50 to 100 people coming out started cheering. And I'm like, why the fuck are they cheering? Some girl goes, it's Harry. And I go, where?
Oh, there he is.
Oh my goodness. So those people like took photos with me. I should have started charging people, honestly. Like it was that bad.
You should have $100 a photo.
Oh, honestly.
Oh, he could have retired at that point.
Honestly.
I really could have. I could have made a few $1,000
Venmo
with
right
that.
now.
Bro. So,
Venmo, no picture.
So I love it how I said in this podcast that I wish I got to go see Harry Styles, but I went to go see him. So case closed, and it was well worth it.
Yeah, and that's a good reality, Gian, but you almost didn't let that happen again. You almost killed the kid.
Oh, yeah. So
You
I'm
almost
driving-
killed Harry Styles.
So yeah, I almost killed Harry Styles, and I'll tell you why. So at 12:30 at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm driving on the highway, out of the garage, and I see these two road trip RVs come out of the same like exit I did, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then I see the plates, and it's the same road trip plates from is Las Vegas.
He's a super fan.
No. This is Nevada. Those Nevada plates, and I'm like, oh, that's right. His first show was in Nevada, and I'm like, no, wait a minute, two road trip RVs, and I'm like, is Harry in there? So this guy behind me, I'm trying to merge into the left lane, and I'm tired. I'm 12:30. I'm fucking tired. This guy comes in. I'm trying to merge. I might have not clearly have seen the blind spot. It is a dark ass fucking road. No one has their bright lights on. I didn't see the fucking truck coming. I go, oh shit! I swerve, and I almost hit the fucking RV in front of me. So I almost fucking.
At that point, you would have had to stop and then meet Harry Styles.
No. You know what the funny thing is?
He would have to exchange insurances with him.
That too. But I mean.
No, and then Harry would have given me some like this is your joke what you said, but like Harry would have given me like some like English ass insurance, and I'm there like, hi, I have Amika.
Yeah, hi, I have Amika. How you doing? I have Scallywags, Pumpernickel tea.
Bruh.
So, yeah.
All good, man.
But hey, he would have met Harry Styles. He's like,
He
listen.
would have got sued and met his favorite celebrity at the same time.
The one thing I did hate that is they took my sign. And it was the sign to
Yeah, that's
come
right.
on my podcast, and then on the back it said Life on Easy Mode.
Yeah,
But
we had devised a plan. We were like, I forget who came up with it first, but I don't know who it was, but we were like, go there, hold up a sign, and come on my podcast, Life on Easy Mode. And they took it.
Did the mosh pit have signs?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think if you weren't to the mosh pit, they would have been easy. But
Well, they probably snuck him in anyway, like in their legs or something.
mean, true.
That's what I
but-
said. Like,
They're walking like
they
Dr.
folded
House
them-
in there because their legs all stiff,
They folded them. in their
Everything's
fucking,
normal.
like, they folded their things in their
You
like
gotta
ass.
you gotta
and they
you
just
gotta
unfolded
like
them.
one of those little pamphlets like that fold infinitely and then just like fold it out. And like, it'll be floppy, but it'd get the.
Probably wouldn't even be able to read it. Considering.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Especially
they
how
took
thin
it
the
away
paper
because
is.
you were in the upper stand.
Yeah, it was like middle up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's probably why.
Had a good time.
That's
Met a
good.
lot of people who really love Harry Styles. So
Yeah.
thinking that I literally gave people heart attacks. Like I all I heard was, oh my god, I thought it was Harry.
I mean, the guy is not, I mean, he is keen to walking around the city by himself. He was in Boston the day yesterday,
Right
like
early
a
in the
few
morning.
hours before his concert, and people were taking pictures with him. He had like a giant heavy coat on. He wears a mask. He always wears a mask apparently, and he had like
I
some
would,
kind
if I
of
was a
hat on.
celebrity, try to conceal my identity as much as I could, but
But yeah, no, because like, okay, it looked kind of suspicious though because he had like this big heavy ass jacket on. It was like 60 in Boston yesterday. Maybe a sweatshirt would have worked, and maybe a
Hey, he's
a
from
mask.
England. Who knows?
from
Who knows how
England.
the weather's over there?
Yeah, but they're probably used to the cold, so you probably wouldn't even need that until like dire matters when it's like below 40. Here.
the atmosphere changed. But yeah, so
Yeah, but no, he went from England to New England, so he's a new Brit. So
he's a new Brit.
yeah,
You just gotta fix his accent.
yeah, he's got a new style,
Speaking of Harry Styles, he made a killer performance, right?
Oh God. No!
Wait.
No! No, he did not just transition with. That was a good transition, I will say that.
Transition. Let's talk about Brian Laundrie.
Oh my! Please, proceed with your topic.
So you obviously know about the Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito, all that stuff. So recently, Brian Laundrie was found dead in CNN with some ads, bro.
Well,
Why am
I guess,
even on
well,
CNN?
you know, for those who aren't caught up, you know, just give like a brief like
So,
synopsis. It was kind of like,
Brian Laundrie, you know, for those that don't know, went on a road trip with his ex. How do I even say this?
Just-
fiance,
yeah.
and to where, like, Wyoming, something like
they
that.
had like a YouTube channel. I think they were traveling across the country.
It was
kinda?
something like that. But Brian Laundrie ended up killing Gabby Petito and buried her out in the mountains, out somewhere over there, and just left. Didn't tell anyone. Well, obviously he didn't tell anyone, but left her, came back, and Gabby hasn't been heard since then. And you know, they were questioning at the time before it was like they found her remains. It was like, why didn't you say anything? Why did you leave her behind? And you know, so Brian, when did he run away? Like a month ago?
Basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
So he ran away a month ago because, you know, he was guilty as fuck. They recently found his body, let me see where, in the nature reserve in western Florida. So that is not my jurisdiction.
Well, not your turf, not your
No,
grounds.
I don't know that
You don't
term.
associate with them?
They're not Heat fans.
No, they're probably fucking Magic fans, to be honest. Let's be honest here. Just under Sarasota.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like in between Sarasota and Fort Myers. So that's where the body was found. And the weird thing about it, but actually I found an article that makes more sense as to why, but his body was found like only bones, no flesh whatsoever.
So there was no flesh.
There was no flesh. But the reason why they think there's no flesh is because in that area, there's crocodiles and alligators. So they're probably thinking like,
He fell in. And...
no, well, not that way. More like, well, we don't know. But
So then at that point, like, I'm assuming there would probably be like broken, damaged, or missing
I mean,
bones.
there's a part of his skull missing,
Okay.
and stuff like that. So
Okay, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
they said animals helped like his body decompose a lot quicker. So that's why. And they identified him by like his dental records. So
So the teeth were undamaged when they found like part of
I
the skull.
assume so. They just said, let me see. Some articles don't mention everything, so I can't find it. All right, but it did say part of his skull was missing and something like that. But they actually did an autopsy on him yesterday, and they can't figure out the cause of death. And that's all we got on that case so far for an update. So
they've figured out how the body was decomposed. So
Mm-hmm.
assuming this was some kind of suicide, they haven't determined how he killed himself yet. Assuming it was just bones that were found at the.
I've never
at
been to the
scene.
park, to be honest, because I've never been on it. I've never been to that part of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But they say it's like a swamp-like area.
Oh, okay.
So water can, where he was, it was like underwater for like the past month.
Considering he's 95% chance guilty, I'm assuming that he
99.
Yeah, basically, I'm assuming that he probably took his own life, but they haven't been able to rule how he killed himself.
They said there was a missing part of his skull.
Well,
Maybe he shot himself. Maybe like that could have.
They-
well, then where was the gun if he shot himself?
Yeah, there's no.
So like,
They only-
I'm assuming if like he was in a part of the water, like if let's say like the exact spot, let's run with he killed himself, shot himself in a specific spot, part of the swamp. If he shot himself and then alligators took him under and ate him, I'm assuming they're not going to be like traveling miles and miles away just to take him underwater, unless he was really far away from the water. But I'm assuming like his body was found or his bones were found, and there was a missing part of his skull. You think they'd probably find like a gun somewhere, don't you think? At least like somewhere, because usually when they find like a body or any kind of like crime scene, they usually like inspect the whole area for any other pieces of evidence, And so I would assume that like if it was a gunshot, I mean that's a good point. May have been a gunshot, but
There's
you said-
no gun.
Yeah,
that's the
but
thing.
you
There's no
said,
gun, so
like-
that's probably just like an
You said,
animal
like,
took it off.
It was near like maybe like the water, maybe like.
It was his body was found where a swamp would be.
So maybe.
But did he like kill himself in a swamp? Like in
Well,
maybe,
that's
like,
what we
the
don't know.
swamp
That's the
drifted
thing,
off
yeah.
Drifted the way the.
Well, that's the
gun?
thing,
I
because
don't know.
they found his backpack near there too.
Oh, that's right. That's how it.
Okay, so he probably was close by, like the specific spot where he supposedly,
'cause
allegedly
I
killed
saw
himself was
articles-
probably really close to where his body was found.
What I'm assuming is because if there's bone fragments and like a piece of like his skull missing, what I'm thinking is he fell himself to the alligators or something like that.
That's such a
that would
violent
just-
way to
that-
go out,
I mean,
though. Like,
Maybe he fell and cracked his head out.
what if they're like? I mean, If there was no
No.
like flesh, if it was just bones, maybe he like took some sort of pills, maybe he overdosed, and then he died right there.
What kind of?
Well, I mean, because like, okay, let's say like he brought the pills, he brought them in his bag, but he didn't bring like the pill bottle. He just threw them in there.
You gotta.
Theory. What if someone found him and fucking shot him because they knew who he was? They're like, oh shit, you're Brian. Shoot, leave the body.
But then why not say anything? Well, actually,
why would you say, oh, I killed a man? Doesn't
well,
matter who the fuck it is,
actually,
you killed a man.
no, because there is a law in Florida where you can shoot someone in self-defense if you feel like
Okay.
you're being threatened.
All right.
So there is
Okay.
that law.
All right. But I mean that could be a what happened.
So then there could potentially be a killer on the loose, or not a killer on the loose,
a
but like
hero.
A vigilante.
a vigilante who killed him. Then I would wonder what part of the skull was there a piece missing? Because if it was like up
It
here, I'm
doesn't
gonna
say.
assume that he shot himself.
But where's the gun?
Exactly, that's the thing.
no
Or
gun.
the alligators broke that part of his skull and ate his brains out that way, or crocodiles or whatever. But a million bajillion different theories. But yeah, basically, now law enforcement have confirmed that the bones, because the dentures are Brian Laundrie's.
Yes.
So it is
We
confirmed that
can
it is
also
him.
talk about the theory of how he's not dead, and
Oh,
were
like
talking- you
no,
were talking
it wasn't
about-
my theory. It was because a lot of people on the Facebook.
Mm.
No. This is why I love Facebook. You know why? Because the stupidest shit that people fucking say.
That is
and
true.
it's because, and it's people that we know we graduated with or like from the same school. So it's even funnier. So these people, I'm not gonna say the names, believe that Brian Laundrie's parents were in on this, and that because the pictures of them being seen with the FBI, like, oh, why would they help out the FBI and stuff like
So-
that? Wait, it gets better. So that they planted the bones a while ago so that he can run away happily ever after. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's like, and like they cooperated with the FBI. That's why the FBI said that they're his remains because, I don't know, money involved. Who the fuck knows? Apparently, like, his family's like rich. I think. I don't know.
I think
But-
so.
So I mean, the conspiracy theories are truly great, but I think the simplest thing, and I think
That wouldn't make
actually
any
the
sense though, because then like how were they able to identify him with his dentures? Because
because
everyone-
the FBI slipped them a little paper and they're like, "Oh, here, say this." Okay, and that's what they would say.
But that's my problem with the
Yeah, so,
the theory
but
is that
I think like someone shot him. I think someone shot him and left his body there. That's what I think. It's the more plausible one because there's no gun near there. They can't find a cause of this because he dies in the most random ass spot. Like realistically, like why the fuck choose there, not in like a home or kill yourself in a home? So
wait, maybe.
someone dragged him out.
No.
and
So
killed
like,
him.
what if there's another theory? What if he didn't intend to kill himself and he just so happened to get like attacked by alligators? Maybe he was in like the wrong area at the wrong time. Running away by himself. He has his bag on him. Maybe put his bag down or something to like use the bathroom or something. And then
I hate saying this, but a human can outrun an alligator.
what if it wasn't an alligator? What if there was some other type of animal?
What, a lion?
What if there was not like a lion?
You
but
can't
like,
outswim an alligator in
Okay,
water.
outswim, but like
what if he was like near like water and there was like a bunch? Like maybe he went to like go for a swim or something. God knows what. Listen, the guy was on the run. God knows what he was doing.
We don't know how. It's just theories.
These are all just theories. They don't make any sense,
The most probable
but-
thing that I could think of
Is
is
that
that
someone
someone
shot
shot him. Someone either dragged him out. Someone maybe texted him something. Meet me here.
So then-
fucking shot him. I don't know.
No.
I think they just maybe came across
Yeah,
something.
I think they
so
just
happened to know who it was.
Yeah, so happened to found him and just.
That's what I said.
Yeah, if that was the case, and then they just shot and killed him.
If this finds out to
But
be true, I want credit.
so then this vigilante would have to be like super.
Lucky, I think.
No,
just so
not
happened to
even-
come across him, and then
No, not even lucky, but like super methodical, because obviously like he'd have to like pick up the shell and whatever, and
then again,
and then maybe he dumped his body in the water. Then
Mm-hmm.
it was near a body of water and threw. Well, then
maybe that's.
oh
not
well then
even where he
if his
got
clothes are
killed.
gone, then you really couldn't find fingerprints. I
Yeah,
guess.
maybe
but-
that's why that body was found there. Maybe someone shot him somewhere else, and then obviously that's why there's no gun, no shell casing, no reason for that body
So-
to be there. So someone dumped the body.
I personally
with
think-
backpack.
Or wait, hold up. I'm thinking of another thing. So I mean, listen, I used to take class, and
Criminal
I
justice.
used to I used to want to be a police officer, and
Good
so
times.
I'm assuming
No,
that
I
like
used to want to be a forensic
depending.
scientist. Look where we are now.
Podcast.
Hello, junior year forensics teacher. What was I gonna say? Forgot. I lost. Oh no. So like, assuming depending on what kind of gun, let's say someone did shoot and kill him. depending on what kind of gun he used, there would be some kind of like blood splatter maybe in there, unless they like made sure to clean that up as well.
Yeah, it's been a month since that's happened with with the climate and
That's
like
true.
the,
Oh, yeah,
the
that's right.
swamp area.
That is true. I forgot those.
That has probably been all gone.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
well,
either way,
I don't know if hopefully we'll find out. Maybe they have a good detective team. I don't know.
So the problem with finding his body is that his parents joined the search, and then a day later they found it. So that's where like
that's
a bit interesting.
that's
what
the
I'm saying.
interesting part
That's
of
what I'm
what
saying.
this is. Like that's why people think it's not actually his body, because once the parents found out, like the FBI, the bounty hunters, it took them a month and they couldn't find anything, and then
the parents.
And
the
the parents
parents
involved.
joined and they find him a day later.
That's why I was seeing those
that's such a big coincidence.
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like these conspiracy theories. And I was like, man, maybe these Facebook Karens aren't that dumb after all.
Yeah, and they were saying like, I don't think it was that the family was rich. I think they knew people in power, like political.
But that's the thing. The FBI, you know how many people are searching for this dude alone?
Yeah.
And you think 2 people with money are gonna bribe? That's just too much work.
Yeah.
Just
But
to.
it's such a weird coincidence.
That's-
The day they joined, the day after they find.
But like, I don't know.
Have
That
the
doesn't
parents
sit right with
spoken
me.
out about it, like finding his body? Like, have they said like, oh, we're glad Brian is. No, we're glad Brian's dead, but like, we're glad our son's dead.
Yeah.
But no, like, we're glad, like, we found him and stuff like that. Like, imagine being the parent of like a killer, though.
Yeah, how do you handle that? I have no idea.
Well, here's local news. I think Brian Laundrie's parents weren't concerned he hurt himself at first. Lawyers say
Weren't concerned.
The lawyer for the Laundrie family said Friday night that Brian Laundrie's parents were not initially concerned that their son would have hurt himself after he went hiking in the Carlton Reserve. So they knew he went hiking. They knew he went hiking.
Yeah, I read that.
So they knew he went hiking and didn't say anything.
No, yeah, that was a big thing. Yeah, they knew a lot about him, but they didn't tell the police. That's why a lot of people are thinking like something is fishy. They're in on it, which I honestly wouldn't be surprised. This is a great fucking case. Like, this is probably one of the most interesting like FBI like hunts or cases that we've had in like.
Give it like 2 years. There'll be a documentary about this. Not even 2
God,
years.
Yeah. I've read about that. Like, his parents like didn't tell like a lot, but like they were still helping in on the case though after they didn't tell anything about that. That's the weird thing. Like, imagine telling the FBI or not telling the FBI the right amount of information, lying, and then joining the search.
Okay.
That's the weird part.
So it says here that he said
Who, their lawyer?
yeah, Bertolino's their lawyer. They said, why didn't they report Laurie's disappearance on September 13th? And he said it's because they thought he went for a hike
Oh, okay. So,
because he likes to hike,
yep.
and they just weren't worried that.
So considering everything that's going on, Brian Laundrie comes home after his girlfriend has been missing for a while. He's not talking to police. He tells his family, "Hey, I'm gonna go hiking." They go, "Cool."
But that's after they find out that
she's dead.
no,
Yeah, that
Missing.
missing.
that's
At
what
that
I'm,
time,
that's
she's
what I'm
missing.
saying. So like, I mean, I'm just saying like, let's run with this. So like the family, right? Their son tells them after he just went on a trip with his girlfriend. It turns to find out his girlfriend's missing. It's national news. Son goes up to him and says, "Hey, I'm gonna go hiking." His parents are just okay with that. That's a bit fishy.
Well,
Kind of.
yeah.
Like what? Hey, I'm gonna go hiking by myself.
Or maybe
In the wilderness.
Maybe he told them that like.
Cool
oh,
story, bro.
I thought maybe he told them that like, oh, my girlfriend's coming with me. I don't know.
No,
No, but this is after he came back.
this is after.
When he's
Oh,
back in Florida,
yeah.
right? When he's back in Florida. So this is by this time, because I remember by the time he got back home to Florida and like he wasn't talking to police, this was already national news. Like videos with like millions of views, like police footage being released. So this
Yeah,
is
so he
this is
wasn't
a big story by
he
this
wasn't
case.
Missing yet.
He wasn't missing yet. He was. They knew he was back home in Florida, and so his parents were just cool with him going hiking by himself. That, considering everything that's going on, I think
That's why a
I
lot
think
of
your main
people-
focus should have been like somehow working with law enforcement, trying to figure out this whole situation.
That's why a lot of people think that the parents are in on it.
I mean, I'm not saying if they are or aren't, but that is a bit fishy.
Yeah.
Like if they were just said, "Oh, we knew he went hiking because he loved to hike," but kind of got to put hobbies to the side when you're kind of involved in a national story like this. Very conflicting story, I guess, that happened overall. But yeah, rest in peace, Gabby. And apparently there was some talk that like I remember when the police footage was released when they were in
It was Wyoming.
Wyoming. Was it
Yeah.
Wyoming? Where the police footage? Did you see that footage?
No.
I saw about a half an hour of it. It was like they were in an argument in the car, and then that's why the cop had pulled them over. And like Gabby, if I remember correctly, was talking about how like she may have like hit him while he was driving. That's kind of why he swerved a little, and she was trying to say like it was kind of her fault. So then that's when there was like theories that like Gabby may have been like the one who started it or kind of started the fight because she may have been the one to lay hands first, but there wasn't too much clarification on that I saw.
So like
but,
he did it out of self-defense.
no, not definitely not. Not just. I'm just saying that like when like before she went missing or something, there was like some indications that like with the police footage that like she may have.
The relationship was never the best.
Yeah, it was never the best,
Like,
and she may have been the one who like hit or may have been the one who like put her hands on him first. I'm not trying to like. I'm not trying to make anyone see bad. I'm just pointing that out there. So
very interesting though. Like,
So, I think for your theory that he got shot, I think it's a little less now because they knew he was hiking.
yeah.
Unless someone followed
so
him
what if
intentionally.
the parents killed him?
So then, like, what if, like, no, I don't know. I was gonna say, what if, like, someone who was a friend of the family knew he went hiking and then they went got after him? But that's
Or-
that's a little more
No,
unlikely.
because actually, you know what? What if the parents killed him, right? And
No,
then-
because they would have gone hiking with him.
Yeah, but the day after they join the search, they find the body. Think about it. They just dump the body as they're searching. Oh shit! Police,
Wait.
what's this?
No,
Drop the
so
body.
okay,
Oh.
so maybe when he said they went hiking, maybe there was like always a specific route he took, or maybe always a specific way he took. So when he went missing, they probably knew where to look. Maybe it was like, oh, he always went to this part of the woods. He
Yeah.
always took this path. Maybe he took them with his. Maybe he took his parents a lot of the times with him. So maybe when he went missing, they were like, oh, he always went on this path, or he always went this way. So maybe that's where they kind of were able to help find where he was.
I don't know how big the area is because, like,
Paul,
you already
look
know
it up
the.
on Google Maps.
I am, but like.
Yeah, because like the town he lives in is near Sarasota. It's a
So you've been, but you've never. Have you ever been to like? If you start going like west, there's gonna be a part of town like before the not the highway towards the west, but like around it, it's just like forests and
Yeah.
swamps.
Are you talking about in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what the park is. Well, the reservation is. It's that woody area that's like that. Would
Yeah,
be,
they definitely did. Yeah, there's
So,
no way
but-
they just found it.
But the thing is, from what I'm seeing, I can't tell what boundaries there are. It's just it
Yeah.
just like blends in with like all the forest and stuff.
Jeez, so it's
Right.
So-
it's pretty big.
But you said it was like a reservation or something.
It's a reserve.
So I'm assuming like if it's some kind of either reservation or park, there's probably some kind of path or trail that he probably took. So maybe that's why his parents were maybe able to find. I'm not
'Cause-
on anyone's side. I'm just
Yeah.
Here's the state park, the dark green, and then the red ping is where the reserve is.
Okay.
Where was
So-
this?
I mean,
body
it's
found?
pretty close. It looks like it's close to like kind of like a residential kind of rural area.
But even then, it's super rural. Anyways.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where was his body found?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it was found in that reserve, but
So we don't know like the exact spot it was found,
no.
and we don't know how that reserve if like the entire thing is swampy or just like specific areas.
I mean, it said it had alligators. It's definitely swampy.
Yeah. But like, is
So-
the whole like reservation
if
swampy?
there's hiking trails, then no.
No, I assume the whole thing is.
Well, if there's hiking trails, it's not gonna be all swampy.
Well, at the highs, but at the lows.
Oh
you know.
yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
So hopefully we find more information because it is very interesting, and I would like to know.
Yeah, now I'm-
what people think, or like what the official like FBI or like
I
police think.
low key think he was deranged enough to feed himself to the alligators.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, like
Either that
it's
or-
it's not impossible that there's no way that happened, but I don't know, that's just such a violent way to go out. Do
Either
you think
that or he just jumped.
Jumped in. Yes, this will kill me.
wait, maybe there was like some okay. Maybe,
I mean, yes,
maybe there was
it
some
would
kind of
have
like
killed
cliff
him with the alligators. Yes,
that was
but,
like down at the bottom. There was like a land,
mean,
like
let
a
me-
body
let
of
me
water. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Let
but
me
they would have
see.
said that. They would have said like, oh, it was found at the bottom of a cliff.
Well,
Th-
don't
this-
forget his bag was found near where the bones were found, right?
Yes, but that.
See, we don't. See, it's not telling us enough information. Like what was the elevation of the area? Was there mountains? Was there like places he could have jumped from?
I feel like
I
somebody.
see.
Another theory is like I feel like someone also placed the backpack there so that the body can easily be identified, even more so. So maybe because I don't know. Parts of me believes that someone
Alright,
killed
so
him.
I take it back. There's no. It's just a hiking trail. There's no.
Oh, there's no swamps. No,
N-
there's.
it's swamp. It's
Ah.
a swamp. It's like a hiking trail, and it's like
Yeah, I
through
think-
the
yeah, I think
swamp,
I know what you're
but
talking
there's no high. There's no elevation. There's nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's mostly like kind of flat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, I think he is dead, but like I feel like I don't know. There's a part of me that believes that like the parents are in on this. I just want to. That would just be so like interesting of how they were in on it, and this is like the most diabolical fucking scheme I've ever like seen on national TV that I've been alive to witness.
That makes me question, like, why do they do it then? Because, like, if they wanted to kill their son, why didn't they do it before?
I don't think they would.
Yeah, I highly doubt that they had anything to do with killing their son. I really don't think that is the case. Yeah,
I'm back to my original theory.
Yeah,
he fed himself to the alligators. Because there's no cliff to jump off. There's nothing. Unless he shot himself, but there's no gun. So then there's possibility someone did shoot him.
Yeah, I think we should have to wait for, like, more information for this to come, for us to get a better idea. So... yeah, we'll leave it at there. I guess we'll leave it as an open case for the Life on Easy Mode Detective Division.
Yep,
So, Life on Detective Mode, I guess.
I'll come back to...
you know what isn't it is a closed and shut case.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, well,
no,
I
guess
mean,
not 100%.
We can take a gander of what the fuck happened from recent evidence. This case is more put together than the
for
Brian
my
Laundrie
transition
case.
earlier, I did not mean it to be for what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
I profusely apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew where he was going, but I mean...
No, because, like, we were, both of these, unfortunately, both of these major topics we're talking about today revolve around death, so... that's kind of. I was like, "What, Miguel?"
Yeah,
I mean, still, it was kind of like fucked up to transition to that one as well.
Well, he deserves it.
True.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess. But what Gian is referring to is there was an unfortunate incident that happened on Thursday during the set of the film for the movie Rust, Alec Baldwin's film, where, unfortunately, Alec Baldwin. It's been confirmed that it was Alec Baldwin who shot the prop gun. Unfortunately, killed one person and injured another one. The person who he killed, I do sincerely apologize if I don't say this name right. It was Halina Hutchins. Halina.
I think it's Halina Hutchins.
Halina Hutchins. She was a Ukrainian cinematographer. She was only about 42, 41 years old when this happened. 42. And the person who got injured, the other director, Joel Souza, he was injured. Didn't say fatal, and as of right now, there's no word if it's fatal or not, or it just says he was injured. So what happened was, it happened at about 1:50 p.m. The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office received a call saying that there was a shooting on film, and investigators have since confirmed that Alec Baldwin discharged the gun at the Bonanza Creek ranch set, shooting two people, killing Hutchins and then injuring Souza. By the way, this article comes from vulture.com. The sheriff's office told the New York Times the shooting occurred during a scene that was either being rehearsed or filmed. The LA Times later reported that Baldwin had been rehearsing a scene that involved shooting the gun outside the church on set. There's been an update as of October 22nd, which was 2 days ago. This is Sunday, October 24th. The court records indicate that Baldwin was told before the fatal incident beforehand, he was told that the gun had no ammunition. The film's armorer, a term for a person in charge of gun props, a girl named Hannah Gutierrez Reed, she set 3 guns on a cart outside of the area which the scene was being acted, and according to a search warrant application obtained by the AP, Assistant Director Dave Halls then brought one of the guns to Baldwin, not knowing that it was loaded with live rounds. So they were under the impression that, they were completely safe to use because there was no ammunition, but unfortunately, somewhere along the way, no one double-checked or made sure that there wasn't any live rounds, and unfortunately there were live rounds, and then Alec Baldwin... Now is not the time. Alec Baldwin, unfortunately, fired off a round, or fired off... Does it say
2? I think it's 2.
I thought it was just one.
I mean, if assuming a live round came out, I don't think he would shoot again, unless he did it really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, by like a shock.
Yeah, a search warrant filed in the Santa Fe court noted that an assistant director said that the weapon was a cold gun, meaning there wasn't live rounds in it, so...
It wasn't Alec Baldwin's fault, per se.
So what I read was that the gun was actually used for like shooting, like offset, like while the cameras weren't running well.
What?
Yeah, that's what I...
No, what?
It doesn't say that here, but keep in mind, it was on a thing with like more than one gun, and then they just happened to pick up one of the guns.
But then again, it does. The prop guy did say it was a cold gun.
Yeah, so it's on them. It's on the film's armorer too that they said, yeah, these guns are good to go. They're safe to use, and unfortunately, no one double checked to make sure there weren't live rounds in it.
So this was purely mistake on the prop's fault of putting a fucking live. I mean, that's set in stone right there. Like, somebody didn't double check, and then when they were using it on the set,
Well, I actually got something else here. So, it's reported that when Baldwin pulled the gun out of the holster twice in preparation for the scene, and then the second time he removed the gun, it said the ammunition reportedly flew toward the trio, penetrating Hutchins near her shoulder and continuing through Sousa. So it was one shot. Went through Hutchins, hit Sousa.
So he was practicing for the scene before it started.
And then
That's
he
really
and
fucked
then
up.
and then he pulled the trigger the second time.
To like practice.
Yeah,
Oh
to practice,
my
and then he-
God, wow.
So and now,
That's-
Imagine he didn't practice.
When-
Like,
What do you mean imagine?
like if he didn't do that, she'd still be alive. Is that what you're saying?
no, but like even that would like
And they started filming.
yeah. What would the scene be? Like, would he be aiming at like under
I don't
one of
know.
the
Well,
other
I don't know
actors?
what the
like,
script
would-
is. I don't know what the script is.
See, this is why. What if it's, especially if you're using like real guns, or even if it's prop guns at this point, like never point it at something you don't intend to shoot. Like even if it's just practice. Again,
Okay, well, no, well,
always
if,
treat gun-
Well, if he's practicing for a scene and I'm practicing with you and I gotta practice, obviously I'm pointing the fucking gun at you.
right, but okay, but
I think it should just been.
but
a
like
prop gun
I
at
don't
this
think
point and
I
just-
think even in that case I don't even think they were a part of the scene. She was a
Exactly.
cinematographer.
So she was over there, but
Exactly. So why was he pointing it that way in her direction?
because maybe he has to be in that direction.
maybe
to
that's
point.
where the camera is,
Yeah, he has
or
to be
something
in
like that.
because maybe she's behind the
guess.
camera, and like I mean you can't really like we said, like it doesn't like it's a prop gun. So you in your mind have been making movies with for him 30, 40 years now, and he's probably held a few guns for the movies, prop guns. So all this years, 30, 40 years of having fake guns, you don't think twice about, nah, this is a real fucking gun. This is a real like live bullet. He's done
No, I get that,
so
and
many
I'm
times.
not blaming him. It is
No,
on
no.
it is on the people for not double checking if it was loaded or not.
Now, my question, and I think I brought this up yesterday with you. Do you think that there could be a way that someone in their beautiful, dumbass mind would be thinking, no, someone should charge Alec Baldwin? Do you think that someone could go that far?
I don't think.
I don't think
so.
so, 'cause-
I don't think, in my opinion, from what I'm reading, I don't think it should happen. But there may be some kind of court case because of involuntary manslaughter. But I don't think it would go anywhere
Yeah.
because if there was some kind of like, they have it set up where they have people whose main job is to check to make sure if guns are loaded or not or are cold guns. So even though you look at the textbook, you read the article, Alex Baldwin fired, shot, and killed, Hutchins. So you're thinking, oh wow, so he killed someone, whether it was involuntary or not. But then you read further, it's like, okay, he was under the impression that the gun wasn't loaded. So when he shot and killed them, he had, well, yeah, this is where involuntary manslaughter comes. Even though he had no intention of shooting and accidentally killing someone, that's where it gets kind of iffy with involuntary manslaughter. Personally, I don't think anything should happen to him.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's going through it right now. He obviously didn't. Last thing he wanted to do was kill someone or take
Yeah.
someone's life away.
But this is what's going to happen. He's going to take a break from movies. Like, he's
Oh
going to be out
god,
of
yeah. This film's getting postponed to God knows when. It's a little tricky, I think, with the involuntary manslaughter.
Here's the article. It's by New York Post, so
Oh,
I don't.
God. I'll take it with a grain of salt.
Just read what it says.
I saw it on something else. I do remember that, but it definitely wasn't New York Post. Okay, so the prop gun on the movie set had been used by crew members off-site for fun, is what they
But
were
did
saying.
Alec Baldwin know that?
I'm assuming not.
Okay.
May have been loaded with live rounds when it was used for what essentially was target practice,
Oh,
is
dear
what
God.
it says.
What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with people making movies?
So they had guns.
They
So-
put the real gun near the
That's
prop
what I'm
guns.
saying. So someone put a real gun mixed in with the prop guns, and then they pulled the prop.
And
Well,
especially
hold up.
making movies like
Neither Halls
Well, no-
nor Baldwin were aware the gun contained live rounds.
So in the article, it also answers what kind of gun was used and how did it go off. And it says investigators said the gun used was a prop gun,
Yeah, that's
raising
weird.
questions over what precautions were in place and how the weapon was loaded.
So are you sure that was a real gun? Because there's articles. It's mostly saying it's a prop gun. That's why I don't
Well,
like the New York Post.
I mean,
I believe
it-
prop guns
Brian-
can still fire live rounds, right?
well,
no.
live rounds, but not like a real.
So I think
like,
what they mean by prop gun is that like it just shoots blanks.
that's a blank. A
Right.
blank.
But then
That's what they
I
use
don't know.
movies
I don't know
for.
how prop guns work. So if they can
So
take blanks, could they take real rounds too?
But the thing is, they didn't give him the prop gun. They gave him a real gun.
No.
Well,
What was fired was a prop gun.
Well, that's what investigators are saying. They're saying that the gun used was a prop gun. So that's making me think. Okay, so I don't know how prop guns work.
What other
Does-
article did you see that it was a real gun from? Now I'm curious.
Lethal prop gun.
If you say the Washington Post, I'm just
No.
gonna just throw out all of your evidence.
I think it was the New York Times.
I get my stuff from CNN.
I read that it was 3 guns, and they gave him the hot gun. Baldwin was handed a loaded weapon by assistant director who indicated it was safe to use in the moments before the shooting. The assistant director did not know the prop gun was loaded with live rounds.
Well, it also says right here that film sets sometimes choose to use real guns over replicas.
All right, so it says the prop gun was loaded with a live single round, and that no local 44 members were on set, whatever that means.
Yeah, that's what it says on my thing too. It says we haven't even begun the forensics on that issue. A spokesperson says that hasn't been determined as of yet. A local 44 source later told the LA Times that the union's use of the term live did not refer to the type of projectile in the gun, but rather an industry term for a gun loaded with any material.
Live, it's a live gun. That's what.
So I have what is a prop gun on here.
Okay.
And it says a prop gun can be either a fake gun or also a real weapon that is being used as a prop. So
it's probably like if a prop gun.
So it's not really. It's a prop. But it's not like
it's not meant to kill.
Yeah,
it's not meant to really shoot a fucking bullet.
It still could because it could still work like a real gun.
Like,
is that what you're saying?
It's like a regular gun, but just without some mechanics.
It was supposed to be without. You know,
gotcha.
Or like
basically what
with
they're
some
saying.
mechanics missing inside the gun that allows it to go off. Okay, that makes more sense.
With this, it's asking how has Alec Baldwin been involved, and it says he was questioned by investigators and released. No charges have been filed in the incident as of now. He expressed sympathy for family for Hutchins, and he said there are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Helena Hutchins, a wife, mother, and deeply admired colleagues of ours. He wrote. So, he's going through right now. He definitely feels awful. Say what you want about Alec Baldwin as a person, but this is really like messed up what happened. So, as of right now, no files have been charged, and personally, I don't really think that he should get any sort of like jail time. I think the person, whoever they should be charged definitely for negligent. That's negligence right there for not checking if there was anything in the gun or not. I definitely think they should be charged for something. But Alec Baldwin, I really don't think he should be charged with anything. I don't think they would have anything besides he shot the gun, but he was under the impression that. See, that's where it goes to involuntary manslaughter again, because even though he didn't have any intent of doing it, and he didn't even know that it was loaded, he was under the impression that the gun wasn't loaded. It's things like this where it's like it'd have to be like a case-by-case scenario where it was like, okay, so since they were on the scene of a film where there are people on there, and he fires a gun and it so happens to hit and kill someone, I don't think, he was like not careful or anything because he has people around him who are around where their jobs are dedicated to checking to make sure those prop guns or guns are not loaded. But if this was just more of if this was a scenario where Alec Baldwin was at home, he had a gun with him, he thought, oh, it's not loaded, and then he fires it and actually shoots and kills someone, then it would be on him. That would be involuntary manslaughter charge on him. But again, since he has people whose job it is to make sure it's a cold gun, it's on them, I think.
So it would be like whoever's like the prop manager or something like
that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Making sure that everything's like safe.
Yeah, and they failed to do that, and now someone's dead.
My question is, what kind of handgun? I'm assuming it's a handgun.
Well,
he
pulled out of the holster, so it's some kind of revolver.
So would it be like
pistol?
That's what I'm saying. So like, was it something that you can like physically see the bullets, or is it something like? Because I know with a revolver, like it's covered, but you can like maybe like a little glint or something. But if it's like a pistol,
well, the thing with the revolver is when you have the round that's about to get fired, you don't see it on the outside, but you see it because it's about to go in the chamber.
Yeah, but
it's in the chamber,
So my question is, were they using blanks? And maybe he mistook it for like, oh, it's just a blank, and for movie purposes.
No, it said that they found out that like the gun only had one live round in it. There was only one singular round.
Oh, so
it wasn't like a loaded.
It was in the chamber.
We're assuming it's a revolver.
Yeah.
If it was a pistol,
you couldn't tell regardless.
Exactly, and if it was a pistol, it's interesting that they have a mag but only has one round in it, just a singular round, not like a mag full of rounds. But I think it'd be more likely that it's a revolver, assuming he's pulling it out of a holster, because that's more what revolvers are known for, being holsters. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can put a Glock or a regular pistol in a holster, but if this is this is supposed to be like a Western film kind of, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
So yeah, it was definitely some kind of revolver. Rest in peace to Hutchins, and I hope Joel Souza is recovering.
And Alec Baldwin, hopefully, he's probably gonna seek some help, therapeutic. So after that incident, I mean, I would. So hopefully he gets the help he needs, and then everything hopefully will go back to normal, maybe. But I don't know.
I guess just to put like a spotlight on who Helena Hutchins was. Again, I do apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Just out of respect for her. Hutchins was the director of photography on the film Russ. The 42-year-old Ukrainian filmmaker began her career as a journalist in Europe before becoming involved in film productions and eventually moving to Los Angeles. She graduated from the American Film Institute Conservatory in 2015 and went to work on films including Darlin, which premiered at South by Southwest in 2019, and Arch Enemy, which premiered at Beyond Fest in 2020. And apparently she had always been interested in finding fruitful collaborations, she told the magazine. To me, it's the collaborative effort between creative minds that elevates each other's work. She was a mother, a wife, and unfortunately, she leaves behind a heartbroken family. So just wanted to, just explain who she was, just so people out there know. So yeah, rest in peace. This is a tragic event that happened. This is probably going to change the industry entirely, where it's like, where
for prop guns and
like they're gonna be instilling like more stricter protocols when it comes to like any kind of prop gun, weapon, anything like that.
Which is good.
Yeah,
But
it's just unfortunate that it's reactive instead of proactive. Yeah, it got a little sad, but we're gonna start the podcast.
Still on a sad
We're
note.
gonna start the music bracket, and since we're a little late, I think we're just gonna do this one matchup today. Because how many are in the third round?
4.
There's
Four
4.
matchups.
Then we could just do quick. We could just do quick too.
We already listened to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So just say
Okay,
what you
all right.
liked, like the movie stuff. And
All right, we'll do 2 then. All right, so Miguel, announce the.
the first one. Get ready. Because the Internet versus A Night at the Opera, and then Astroworld versus Songs About Jane.
Oh dear God.
All right, so So are we gonna start with these first?
Because
Yeah.
the Internet.
Yep.
All right. You want me to go first?
I want you to
So
go
yesterday
first.
I was at the mall. We went to Newberry Comics. I told Miguel, if they have Because the Internet on CD, I'll buy it. Miguel's looking through the hip hop. Miscellaneous C. Oh, look at this. The one copy they had.
Yes.
And I bought it. And we listened to this in the car. And
It's a lot better on CD.
I do love this album. Because there are a few songs in here that I wasn't crazy about before that I actually think aren't that bad. Like I always said I never liked World Star. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Still not the best song on here by any means. But not a bad song at all. Again, my favorite songs in here are Telegraph Ave, Pink Toes, The Party.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that alternative, kind of like this like moody feel that this whole thing has. And I've come to really like Childish Gambino, I think, as an artist. So again, my one critique with this is like I know like that there's like kind of like different stories in these, because if you look at the album, it's like Roman numerals for certain songs and they kind of go in order. And I guess it's like different like mini stories, I guess, if you know what I mean. So with that, there was kind of too many interludes. I know you have to kind of like introduce them, but that was always my one critique. There was like 5 or something interludes, even though I do love The Party. That's, well, the track before that is an interlude. So, but other than that, I think it's a really strong album. I can see why this is his best. So that's all I got to say.
Because
The Internet.
of the Internet.
We got this album.
What?
Huh?
I really do like this album a lot. I mean, Gambino is a great music writer, great lyrics. I mean, I don't think there was a song in here that I didn't like. So, I mean, everything is great in this album. Crawl, World Star, Dial Up, Shadows, Sweatpants, 3005, The Party, No Exit, Flight of the Navigator, Earn, Pink Toes, Earth, Life. I mean, his intro, the outros, I mean, I really did like them. The album's a great length, not too long, not too short. The album cover is very simple, so I appreciate that. I mean, don't want to ramble about it, but because I like this album.
Miguel, so you chose this album.
I did choose this album.
No.
And you're glad I chose this album too.
I am.
But for some reason, after listening to The Party in the car, I was like, you know what? It's not bad.
It's like very bass heavy.
Yeah, like, so, because I didn't like The Party at first. And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you don't get the full effect when you listen, like, through, like, your AirPods or something.
Yeah.
You gotta listen through something else.
Yeah. You're going to have
So-
like either vinyl or like CD.
Yeah, to, like, actually, like, enjoy the music, which I feel is, like, me with, like, almost every album I have on vinyl.
Yeah, same.
So, amazing album overall. I don't see a problem with the interludes, to be honest. I think they add more and like add more of like a hype up, like let's get ready.
That's
and
fair.
Here's the next song, you know.
I feel you
So-
could do that just within a song, but I get what you mean though.
I guess that's true too, but like I feel like he was trying to go for like, okay, here it is, and then I want you to enjoy the full song without having the extra like beginning. So that's where I see it as. Pink Toes, Telegraph Ave, 3005, Sweatpants, The Worst Guys, you know, some of my favorite songs on here. So
All right, now it's time for the Queen.
Queen.
So
Do you want to go first? Because you do you want us to go first?
you guys go first.
All right, so thank you, Mitch, for that interesting text. Nothing. I'm sorry.
He said,
So
we're making pork chops.
they just got a fucking hot tub and they literally just said, "Guess what we bought?" And I go, "Oh, lovely."
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So Night at the Opera. What a night. The length is by any means good. The songs in here are 39. I really like 39 a lot. I think maybe it's just that it's that very low, maybe like, more of that slow kind of music.
More acoustic.
More acoustic, yes. I'm in love with my car. Death on Two Legs, Sweet Lady. Bohemian Rhapsody, as much as it's overplayed, like we've discussed, it's still a good song. Love of My Life, Good Company, God Save the Queen. The Prophet song, I was like, no, wait a minute. So, there's nothing else to say about it. It's a great song, great Queen album. If you want anything about Queen, this is the album to go do, and then go down from there, or up from there. So
Started from the bottom.
yes. This is a great album all around. No big complaints. No, let's not play that song. But yeah. Oi, what's your deal with the Queen?
So, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Prophet song, Death on Two Legs. I feel like Death on Two Legs is a very good intro. Probably one of my favorite rock intros, to be honest. Discord, firing.
Sorry.
Boop.
I'm live.
The rest are like more like mellow, like I'm in love with my car, you're my best friend.
I'm in love with my car is more they're like, no, it's more like they're rocking songs. They're like,
But-
I'm in love with my car.
Well, it's a little bit mellow. It's like
Not really. Oh, if you wanna
kind of. To me, it is.
Okay.
I don't know. The way he is, to me, it's a little bit like. Okay, maybe mellow's the wrong word, but it's more like on a nicer, like smoother tone. Is
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
get
trying
what you
to
mean.
say. But Sweet Lady, The Prophet song, Bohemian Rhapsody, and then God Save the Queen. I don't know. Seaside Rendezvous wasn't really one of my favorites. 39 was okay. Love of My Life and Good Company are okay, but definitely my top three would be Death on Two Legs, Bohemian Rhapsody, and The Prophet song. Cool album cover too, as well. Just simple, and then like a simple white background, and then the swan and whatever.
It's like I gotta hand him the physical copy.
The two lions, or griffins, whatever. Cool album cover.
So Queen, A Night at the Opera. So
You brought out
this
his
is
glasses.
it's very operic looking cover. Yeah, so this is my album I chose. So this is arguably this is definitely Queen's biggest album because of mainly Bohemian Rhapsody. But like I've always said, to me, that's not even the best song on here. It's definitely the Prophet song. I think that should have been the one that was like I feel like that was the one they probably put the most time into. Maybe Bohemian Rhapsody would be second. And then after that would definitely be Sweet Lady, Death on Two Legs, I'm in Love with My Car. I think the only song that they really kind of throw away on here was Seaside Rendezvous. I'm not crazy about that song in the slightest. I even like Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon, which is kind of more their short, kind of happy-go-lucky 20s song. So,
Happy-go-lucky me.
yeah, Good Company is a good song. Love of My Life is that beautiful. It's like something you hear at a wedding, if you know what I mean. This thing has a very wedding vibe. It's very white, very polished and clean. It just looks like something you'd see at a wedding. Yeah, I love this album. I don't think, besides Seaside Rendezvous, I think every other song I think is good. Even 39, it's not one of my favorites, but still for the song itself, definitely pretty good. I do like it. Again, as much as Bohemian Rhapsody is played, I think it goes good with the album. So when I'm listening to the album through and through, I listen to Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay. Let's see Paul Allen's pick. I think it's time to vote.
What time is it? Did we go on a little bit more than
We're at 101.
111.
111?
What? No, an hour and 1 minute.
Oh, yeah, we're at an hour and 1 minute. Okay,
Okay.
so someone go first.
Because the internet.
Because of the internet.
Damn.
Wow. That was fast. Okay, so I already know where this is going.
So what do you choose? Wait, you still have a chance to
Yeah, I have a chance. Okay, so I know because United's going to win, but I think if I had to choose, I think overall,
You could make it unanimous, or you could rebel.
I still have to go with Queen.
Okay.
It's going to be 2-1. I love the Prophet song. I think Prophet songs are just kind of above Telegraph Ave, as much as I love Telegraph Ave, I think like overall, I think I like the Prophet song a little bit more because just the way it's produced. There's too many classics on here for me. I love this album, but again, it's
You're
like
not sad that it won.
I'm not sad because again, it's like I like it like child. Like if I had to compare these two, this is like right here, and then this is like so. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not sad. I'm not sad. But damn,
Okay.
all my rock albums lost. Fuck.
Wait, really?
Blue Oyster Cult, The Who, Zeppelin, Night at the Opera.
Nikki's doesn't have a single album in the quarter. in the
No,
semifinals.
really?
I saw this happening. I saw this happening. I
Damn.
saw this happening. It's fine.
If I would have known that, I would have chose. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Astroplane versus Songs About Jade.
Jade.
Okay, someone go first. I gotta pull this shit up.
I
Oh,
chose
God.
Astroworld, so someone else.
All
You
right.
go, Gina.
Astro. Oh God, no! Let's not play the music. Very, very strong. What the fuck is that noise?
Discord.
It's a very, very strong album from Travis. The Travis Burger Meal. Stargazing is such a good song. Sicko Mode, as much as it's been overplayed, I still like it. No Bystanders. Wake Up.
I wanna wake up.
Can't Say. Butterfly Effect. I mean, I don't think there's a bad song in here. I think there are songs in here that are not as good as others, but still overall, I really did enjoy the album. Nikolais.
So to me, it's one of those albums where the first song is definitely the best. I think Stargazing is an amazing song. Carousel was great too, and as overplayed as it is, I do like Sicko Mode. After that, there's not another song on here that is as strong as those two. So I think the beginning section of this album is definitely the strongest. There's some songs that I didn't think were bad. I'm like, that's all right. Like Yosemite. I think it was Butterfly Effect as well. From like Rip Screw to like I think it was Astro Thunder. Those songs like just do nothing for me. So, yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Cool album cover though. I like the festival vibe it gives. It kind of. I feel like this is like when we went to like the hayride. This is kind of something like this. Because again, I get like a fall vibe to this when I listen to like Sicko Mode and Stargazing. Because that's when I first ever heard anything from this album. I can see why this is his biggest hit. It definitely very modern. So that's all I got to say.
All right.
So yeah.
I think every song is good in their own way.
Yes.
I feel like my least favorite song would have to be Butterfly Effect, only because I feel like it was super overplayed back in like 2017.
See, I didn't listen to it a lot back then, so maybe that's why I like it more. Maybe.
I mean, it was on, I think, on the radio too for me, but I heard it but regardless, I feel like every song is good in their own way. Like, I feel like he does try to like reach like different like points across the board. Like the difference between like Astro Thunder and let's say Can't Say is like pretty big, and like Coffee Bean, Who Stood Fornication, like all the songs are like their own song, I feel like it works well, but that's all I gotta say.
You guys, I mean,
All right.
yeah, you can
I'll go first. So next is Songs About Jane by Maroon 5. Their debut. And I was really impressed with this album. I think, like I've said, the first 4 songs are probably the strongest part because you got Harder to Breathe, This Love, Shiver, She Will Be Loved. I think just really all great songs. And then in the middle, it gets kind of weak with Tangled, The Sun, and I think Must Get Out. But then One Sunday Morning, and then the rest downward goes. It's a great album the rest of the way. And it's unfortunately one of those scenarios where it's definitely their best album from what I've heard from their other albums. And unfortunately, that means they weren't as good as this since.
Which is sad.
And considering this came out in 2002, that was a while ago. That's almost 20 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
2002, god damn. I think the length is perfect. About 46 minutes, 12 songs. That's usually like an average length. They could have gone maybe a little longer to like 50, but I think good, perfect length. That's usually how like pop albums are. You got a variety. You got, again, that like funky, kind of harder to breathe, good way to kick off the album. She Will Be Loved is more of their like poppy love songs. Yeah, it just gives a good vibe. It's very nostalgic to me because I remember hearing She Will Be Loved, This Love. I think another song on here when I was younger. I forget which one it was.
Breathe, probably.
Not on. It might have been Sunday Morning. God damn.
What the hell is happening with Discord?
Great album. Cool album cover too. This album will be loved.
Yeah,
Can I go first?
sure.
No, you can go second.
You go second? Oh.
I realized I never talked about it.
What the fuck happened?
Whatever. So the only song I didn't like was Shiver. I like every other song. It's more like, well, it's an album about Jane. So
Yeah.
it's more like a lovey-dovey type album. And, per se, it's not bad, but I feel like you have to be in a certain mood to listen to it for me, personally.
Right. Because me and Miguel usually don't listen to that kind of music often.
So
We know.
We know. It's okay. I'd say my favorite would have to be like Sunday Morning and Not Coming Home. And I used to listen to Harder to Breathe and This Love when I was younger, like when I was 12, 13.
Now he hates it.
No, stop. The
Yo,
Sun
stop.
too, Must Get Out.
Yeah, that's on vinyl too, right?
Yes, I do. It did sound amazing on vinyl too.
Yeah. I was
Slow
about to
down,
ask,
too.
how's it sound? Great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, slow down. Oh my goodness. All right, am I going next, or are you good?
Can I vote first?
I didn't.
What?
You didn't go?
No.
Oh,
Have you been paying attention at all?
I thought you did.
No, I was the one
Fuck,
talking,
it was
and you
my-
went
I
second.
chose the album, so I.
Oh, can I go
fine.
first? Oh, then my bad. All right, so you went first. All right, let me go
So,
last.
anyways,
and
I'll
then
be quick about it. Songs about Jane. I really fucking love this album. It's really sad on Maroon 5. This is their best album. Harder to Breathe, This Love, Shiver, She Will Be Loved. I do agree with Nikki. Tangled the Sun and Must Get Out is a little bit of the weaker side, but nonetheless, not terrible songs. And then Sunday Morning throughout till the end, to Sweetest Goodbye. It's very, very good. So
Oh, is that it?
yeah.
All right, songs about
Ready,
Jane.
ready? Oh, I think we're gonna all go out three.
Can I explain my thing?
Oh God, what are you gonna choose?
Oh, God.
So the only reason I'm going with Astroworld is because
Get out.
No, listen, it's because I'm not a sad, depressed person all the time. And
That doesn't. You chose this album though. Before
I
too.
know,
You have
but
voted.
I can't physically like
You'd rather listen to Astroworld music than.
if I was stuck on an island, I would choose Astroworld over songs about
Okay.
Jane.
Damn.
That's where I'm coming
All right.
from.
You know what's so funny? You sound the most miserable out of the three of us. Whenever on the podcast, you're like, so basically. So people would probably think you'd be the most miserable, but he's probably, out of the three of us, he's probably the happiest in life out of all of us, so good for you. I'm not jealous.
So I'm
Alright.
doing songs by Jane.
I
Yeah.
saw this coming.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not sad about the choice, but I had to explain why.
that's fair.
Okay.
I get it. And again, like, if this... Again, I'm not even someone who listens to more of like the kind of sadder, more lovey-dovey stuff, but I think overall it's just a better album than Astroworld, definitely.
Okay.
I will say the album cover for Astroworld is probably cooler.
Oh yeah, probably definitely. But thank you for
you have
listening,
it.
watching. We are on everything: Amazon, Apple, Spotify, Pandora.
We're at the opera.
Nikki's Closet.
We're at the opera. We're on the internet.
We're on the opera. We are on the internet.
We're in Astroworld.
And thank you, share for your friends, family, and do we say what's next for next week or no? Oh, not even next week. Well, we might not be doing
Oh,
a podcast next week.
That's right. Yeah, we're most like 99% chance not going to because next weekend is Halloween weekend, and I do
And that will
unfortunately
be
have
the
a busy
year
one.
anniversary. We're gonna skip, you dumb fucks.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm gonna okay. I'll try, but can't
We're gonna
guarantee
skip
anything.
it. Wait, why don't we do it Friday?
Oh yeah, we could do it Friday.
Friday night or like before?
Oh
yeah,
no,
Friday.
no, we could do that.
Yeah.
Miguel, you better not.
Depends what time.
As soon as I get out
When
of
he
work, like
gets to
5.
We can call this out,
I
but
I can maybe. I'll let you know.
okay, because we can. That will be the end of. That will be actually the date, the 29th.
So
you.
next week will be the 1-year anniversary of this cast and Halloween. Wow. So you know what that means, right? We gotta for the episode we gotta dress up.
Oh God.
You know, I know what you're dressing up as.
No, well, here's the thing. So as much as I love dressing up like Harry's house, that's not. I don't think that's my Halloween costume.
Okay, well I already got my Halloween costume, and if any of you follow me on Instagram, you by this time this comes out, you've already seen what it is. So
And if you don't know what it is, then I mean, I don't blame you.
just picture the most overplayed riff in history. All right, Miguel, what do you have to say to my glasses that I'm wearing for the first time in like 8 years?
Yeah, honestly, I just noticed that.
And the podcast 4 Eyes.
Okay.